Captain Velthos had been traveling through space for 30 years. In all that time, he had never felt afraid. His ship, the Harmonious Dawn, was a trading vessel. It carried goods between peaceful worlds. The galaxy was a safe place. Everyone followed the rules. Everyone was civilized. Today was supposed to be another normal day. His ship moved slowly through the asteroid field near a yellow star. The sensors beeped softly. Velthos looked at the screen with his 3 eyes. Something was there, a ship, a small mining vessel. "Scanner, identify that ship," Velthos said to his crew member. The scanner, a thin creature with long fingers, worked quickly. "Captain, the ship is unknown. The design is strange. The materials are primitive. I think we found a new species." Velthos felt excited. Finding a new species was rare. It meant rewards from the Galactic Council. It meant his name in the history books. He had found species before. They were always happy to join the peaceful galaxy. "Send them the standard greeting," Velthos ordered. "Tell them we come in peace. Tell them about the council." The message went out in 50 different languages. It was a recording. Every species in the galaxy understood at least one of these languages. Velthos waited. The small ship did not respond. "Maybe their communication system is different," the scanner suggested. "Then we do the standard scan," Velthos said. "We need to understand their technology." "It is procedure." The Harmonious Dawn activated its scanning beam. It was harmless. Just light and sensors. Every new species got scanned this way. It helped the Council understand how to communicate. It helped determine what level of technology they had. The beam touched the small mining ship. Everything changed in 1 second. Inside the mining ship, alarms screamed. Red lights flashed everywhere. Captain Daejung jumped from his chair. His heart pounded. The scanner showed a massive ship. The scanner showed a targeting lock. "Weapons hot," he shouted. "Hyunwoo, evasive pattern now." Hyunwoo's hands flew across the controls. The mining ship spun hard to the left. The crew grabbed their seats. In the back, the mining engineer cursed as tools flew everywhere. "They're locking weapons on us," the sensor operator yelled. Daejung had been a military pilot before he became a miner. Old instincts took over. His mind worked fast. They were outgunned. The alien ship was 10 times bigger, but bigger meant slower. Bigger meant easy to hit. "Load the mining charges into tubes 1 and 2, Daejung ordered. His voice was calm now. Cold. "Hyunwoo, get us close to that asteroid. The big one with the iron core." "Captain, those charges are for breaking rocks, not fighting," the engineer protested. "They'll break that ship just fine," Daejung said. "Do it now." The mining ship dove toward a huge asteroid. It moved fast, faster than any cargo ship in the galaxy would move. Humans built their ships to handle Earth's strong gravity. That made them quick in space. On the Harmonious Dawn, Velthos watched in confusion. What is that ship doing? Why is it moving toward the asteroid? Do they not understand we are peaceful? "Captain, they are accelerating," the scanner said. His voice showed worry. "They are moving at dangerous speeds. They will crash. Hail them again," Velthos ordered. "Tell them to stop." "Tell them we mean no harm." The mining ship did not stop. It swung around the asteroid. It used the asteroid's gravity like a slingshot. Now it was moving even faster. Now it was heading straight toward the Harmonious Dawn. "Captain," the scanner screamed. "They are attacking." Velthos could not believe it. New species never attacked. New species were always afraid. New species always wanted to talk first. This made no sense. "Shields up," he said. But his ship was a trading vessel. The shields were weak. They were meant to stop small debris, not weapons. Daejung watched his screen. The distance closed. 500 meters. 400. 300. "Fire tubes 1 and 2, he said quietly. The mining charges launched. They were simple explosives. Humans used them to break apart asteroids so they could collect the metals inside. They were not fancy. They were just very powerful. The charges hit the Harmonious Dawn's shield. The shield flickered. The charges exploded. The shield failed completely. "Impossible," Velthos whispered. "Our shield should hold against primitive weapons." The second charge hit the hull directly. It tore a hole in the ship's side. Air rushed out. Alarms screamed. The crew panicked. "Return fire," Velthos ordered, but the Harmonious Dawn only had one small weapon. It was for scaring off space debris. The weapon fired. A weak energy beam shot toward the mining ship. Hyunwoo saw it coming. He rolled the ship. The beam missed by meters. The mining ship came around for another pass. They are too fast, the scanner said. His voice shook with fear. How can they move like that? No species can handle those forces. Inside the mining ship, Daejung's crew felt the pressure. The turns were hard. Their bodies pressed into their seats. But humans had evolved on a world with strong gravity. They could handle it, barely. One more pass, Daejung said. Target their engines. I want them dead in space. The mining ship came around again. This time it launched a spread of smaller charges. They exploded around the Harmonious Dawn's engine section. The engines sputtered. Then they died. The alien ship went dark. It drifted in space, powerless. On the bridge of the Harmonious Dawn, Vel'Thos sat in shock. His entire body shook. In 47 seconds, his ship had been disabled. By a mining vessel. By a species they had never heard of before. Send an emergency signal, he said quietly. Maximum range. Send it to the Council. The scanner worked at the emergency station. It still had power from the backup batteries. What should I say, Captain? Vel'Thos looked at the screen. He watched the small mining ship circle them like a predator. Like a hunter from the old stories his grandmother told him. Stories about the ancient times before the galaxy became civilized. Tell them we found a new species, Vel'Thos said. Tell them these beings attacked without warning. Tell them they fight like nothing we have ever seen. He paused. He thought about the right words. Words that would make the Council understand. Tell them we have found a Death Worlder species. Tell them to send the military. Tell them to be very, very careful. The message went out across the galaxy. It traveled faster than light. It reached the Galactic Council within hours. On the mining ship, Daejung watched the alien vessel drift. He felt his heart rate slow down. The danger was over. Did we kill anyone? He asked. The sensor operator checked. No, Captain. I see life signs. They are alive, Daejung nodded. Good, I didn't want to kill them. Send them a message in every language we have. Tell them we thought they were attacking us. Tell them we are sorry. Tell them we want to talk. Hyunwoo looked at his captain. Do you think they will understand? Daejung stared at the disabled ship. He thought about what just happened. Humans had just introduced themselves to the galaxy, but not in the way anyone hoped. I don't know, he said, but I think we just started something big. He was right. The message from Vel'Thos reached the Galactic Council. When they read it, when they saw the footage from the Harmonious Dawn's cameras, everything changed. The galaxy had been at peace for 50,000 years. Every species got along. Every species followed the rules. Every species was peaceful, and now the galaxy had just met humanity. The Council watched the footage over and over. They watched a small mining ship disable a larger vessel in less than 1 minute. They watched tactics they had never seen before. They watched a species that did not hesitate. A species that did not fear. A species that attacked first and asked questions later. In council chambers across the galaxy, the same words were repeated. What are these humans? Where did they come from? Are they dangerous? The answer to that last question would change everything. But first, the council needed to learn more. They needed to understand these strange new creatures who fought like demons. They needed to investigate Earth. The council chamber was huge. It was built to hold representatives from 847 species. Today, every seat was filled. Everyone wanted to hear about the humans. Counselor Thexima stood at the center. She was old, very old. She had served on the council for 300 years. In all that time, she had never seen the council so worried. I have completed my investigation, Thexima announced. Her voice echoed through the chamber. I have studied the human homeworld. I have reviewed all available data. What I found troubles me greatly. A hologram appeared above her head. It showed a blue and green planet. Earth. This is their world, Thexima continued. We classify it as a Class 12 death world. Gasps filled the chamber. A Class 12 was almost unheard of. Most species evolved on Class 1 or Class 2 worlds. Safe worlds. Comfortable worlds. To give you perspective, Thexima said, only 0.0001% of known species evolve on Class 10 or higher worlds. Most of those species die out before achieving space travel. But humans survived. She changed the hologram. Now it showed Earth statistics. The gravity is 3 times what most of us consider normal. The oxygen level is toxic to 60% of council species. The planet has extreme weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. The temperature ranges from far below freezing to deadly heat. Another gasp from the audience. But that is not the worst part, Thexima said quietly. The worst part is the other life on that planet. The hologram changed again. It showed various Earth creatures, lions, bears, sharks, snakes. These are their predators. Each one could kill most of us easily. Humans evolved alongside these creatures. Humans learned to fight them. Humans learned to hunt them. Eventually, humans became the dominant predator on their entire planet. A council member from the peaceful Torvan species stood up. Surely they had natural weapons. Claws, venom, armor? Thexima showed a human body on the hologram. No, they are soft. Their skin is thin. They have no natural armor, no venom, no claws, just intelligence. And something else. She paused for effect. Endurance. Humans are persistence hunters. They chase prey for days without stopping. Their prey runs faster. But humans do not stop. They track. They follow. They run until their prey collapses from exhaustion. Then they kill it. The chamber went very quiet. At that moment, the doors opened. Two figures entered. One was Ambassador Nirax from the council. The other was a human. His name was Youngsu. He was a linguist. He had been studying on Earth for 2 years as part of the first peaceful contact team. When the incident with Daejung happened, Youngsu had been asked to come explain his species. Youngsu walked to the center of the chamber. He looked around at hundreds of alien faces. They all stared at him. He could feel their fear. "Thank you for inviting me," Youngsu said. His voice was calm, friendly. "I understand you have questions about my people." Thexima nodded. "We want to understand. Why did your ship attack Velthos?" "We sent peaceful messages," Youngsu sighed. "We did not see peaceful messages. We saw a large ship. We saw what our sensor said was a weapons lock. Captain Daejung is a good man, but he is also careful. On Earth, if you wait to see if something is dangerous, you often die." "But we are civilized," another council member said. "Everyone in the galaxy is peaceful." "We did not know that," Youngsu explained. "We are new here. We have only been in space for a few hundred years. We are still learning." A female scientist entered the chamber. Her name was Jiwon. She was a human biologist. She came to help explain human nature. Jiwon stepped forward. "May I show them our history?" she asked Youngsu. He nodded. Jiwon activated her datapad. Images appeared in the hologram. Images of human history. Wars, battles, weapons. "This is what we are," Jiwon said quietly. "For most of our history, we fought each other. We had tribal wars, religious wars, wars for resources, wars for land. We built weapons, always better weapons. The images showed swords, guns, tanks, nuclear bombs. We nearly destroyed ourselves many times," Jiwon continued. "But we always survived. We always adapted. That is what humans do. We survive." "This is horrifying," a council member whispered. "Is it?" Youngsu asked. "Let me tell you something about humans. Yes, we know war. Yes, we know violence. But do you know what else we know?" He smiled. "We know sacrifice. When danger comes, humans run toward it, not away from it. We protect the weak. We save strangers. We will die for people we have never met. That aggression you fear? It comes from our need to protect what we love," Jiwon nodded. "Our bodies are designed for survival. When we are threatened, chemicals flood our system. We call it adrenaline. It makes us faster, stronger. We can ignore pain. We can function on no sleep for days. We can survive injuries that would kill most species." She pulled up more data. Humans can survive losing massive amounts of blood. We can survive with damaged organs. Our bones are incredibly dense because of our world's gravity. We heal quickly. And when we are threatened, we do not freeze. We fight. Thexima studied the data. "This makes you sound like monsters." "We are not monsters," Youngsu said firmly. "We are survivors. There is a difference." Ambassador Nirax, who had been quiet, finally spoke. "I have spent time with humans. I have walked on Earth. I have seen their cities, their art, their music. They are not monsters, but they are dangerous. We must acknowledge that." The council began to argue. Some wanted to quarantine Earth, keep humans away from the rest of the galaxy. Others wanted to study humans more. A few wanted to make friends. Youngsu listened to them argue. Then he raised his hand. "May I tell you a story?" he asked. The chamber went quiet. "When I was a boy," Youngsu said, "my father took me hiking in the mountains. We saw a bear, a big one. My father did not run. He made himself look big. He made noise. He scared the bear away. Then he taught me something important. Young Su looked around the chamber. He said that being dangerous and being violent are not the same thing. The bear was dangerous, but it did not want to fight. It just wanted to be left alone. Humans are the same. We are dangerous because we can fight, but we prefer peace. We prefer to talk. We only fight when we have no choice. Jiwan stepped forward again. The incident with Captain Daejung was a misunderstanding. A terrible one. But think about what happened after. Did Daejung destroy Velthas's ship? No. Did he kill the crew? No. He disabled the ship. Then he sent messages trying to apologize, trying to explain. That shows restraint, Nirax added. If humans were truly monsters, they would have destroyed that ship. They did not. Thexima considered this. She had studied hundreds of species in her long life. She understood behavior. She understood evolution. I want to propose something, she said finally. We create a new protocol. Protocol 7. It will be specifically for dealing with humans. What kind of protocol? A council member asked. We treat them with respect, Thexima said. We treat them carefully. We do not threaten them. We do not scan them without permission. We explain everything we do. We give them space. You make them sound like explosives, someone joked nervously. In a way they are, Thexima said seriously. They are potential energy. Handle them correctly and they are safe, even helpful. Handle them wrong and they explode. The council voted. Protocol 7 passed almost unanimously. Young Su felt relieved. Thank you. My people want peace. We want to join the galaxy. We want to trade, to learn, to make friends. We want that too, Nirax said kindly. But we must all be careful. This is new for everyone, Jiwan spoke up. Can I make a suggestion? Let us bring more humans here. Let them meet council species. Let everyone learn about each other. Fear comes from ignorance. Knowledge brings understanding. Thexima nodded slowly. That is wise. We will arrange cultural exchanges, but slowly, very slowly. As the meeting ended, Young Su felt hopeful. It was not perfect. The council was still afraid, but they were willing to try. They were willing to learn. That night, Young Su sent a message to Earth. He told them about the meeting. He told them about Protocol 7. He told them the galaxy was scared but willing to talk. On Earth, the leaders read his message. They discussed it for hours. Finally, they sent a response. We will be careful. We will be patient. We will show the galaxy who we really are. But fate had other plans. Peace was fragile. Misunderstandings were easy. And somewhere in the dark spaces between stars, there were those who did not want peace. There were pirates, criminals, species who saw fear as opportunity. They heard about humans. They heard the council was afraid. They thought this meant humans were easy targets. They were very, very wrong. The peaceful introduction was about to end. The real test was coming soon. The cargo ship Soul's Pride moved slowly through space near the Kelvin Nebula. It was not a military ship. It was not even particularly new. Captain Taeyang ran a small shipping business. He transported medical supplies to frontier colonies. The pay was decent. The work was honest. Taeyang sat in his chair drinking coffee. Real coffee from Earth. It was expensive this far from home, but he loved it. His small crew was relaxed. They had done this route 100 times. Nothing ever happened out here. In the engine room, Minji hummed while she worked. She was the ship's engineer.
A genius with machines.
She could fix anything with whatever materials she had. Her tools were spread across the floor. She was upgrading the cooling system again, always improving, always tinkering. On the bridge, Jae-sung monitored the sensors. He was security officer, former military, like many humans who worked in space. He had joined Taeyang's crew because he was tired of fighting. He wanted a quiet life. Today would not be quiet. Captain, Jae-sung said suddenly, I have 3 ships on sensors. Fast movers. Coming straight at us. Taeyang put down his coffee. Identification? Jae-sung worked the console. His face went hard. No transponders. No response to hails. Captain, I think they are pirates. Taeyang felt his stomach drop. Pirates were common in frontier space. The Galactic Council tried to stop them, but space was big, too big to patrol everything. Send a distress signal, Taeyang ordered. All frequencies. Then sound the alarm. Alarms blared through the ship. Minji grabbed her tools and ran to the bridge. The small crew of 8 gathered quickly. The 3 pirate ships surrounded Soul's Pride. They were bigger, faster, armed. A message came through. The translation was rough but clear enough. It was from someone called Krevnak, the pirate leader. Small human ship. You will stop engines. You will open cargo bay. You will give us everything. Do this and we let you live. Taeyang looked at his crew. They were scared. He was scared too, but he was also angry. These pirates thought humans were easy prey. They thought humans would just surrender. Minji, Taeyang said quietly. How long to overload the reactor? Minji's eyes went wide. Captain, if we overload the reactor, we all die. I did not ask if we would do it. I asked how long it would take. Minji understood. 3 minutes. Maybe less, Taeyang nodded. He opened a channel to the pirates. This is Captain Taeyang of Soul's Pride. You need to understand something. Humans do not surrender. If you attack us, we will destroy this ship. We will kill ourselves before we let you take our cargo. There was a long silence, then laughter. The pirates thought he was bluffing. You are foolish, Krevnak replied. You have no weapons. You have no shields. You will die for nothing. Then we die, Taeyang said simply. Minji, start the overload. Minji's hand shook, but she did it. The reactor began to heat up. Warning lights flashed everywhere. On the pirate ships, the crews panicked. Their sensors showed the reactor going critical. These humans were serious. They really would blow themselves up. Stop, Krevnak screamed. Stop the overload. We will not attack. But Taeyang did not stop. You have 10 seconds to leave. If you are still here when this reactor explodes, you die with us. 10, 9, 8. The pirate ships started to move away, but not fast enough for Taeyang. 7, 6, 5. The pirates engaged their emergency thrusters. They scattered in 3 different directions. 4, 3. The pirates were gone. Disappeared into the nebula. 2. Taeyang looked at Minji. Stop the overload. Minji nearly collapsed with relief. Her hands flew over the controls. The reactor temperature dropped. The ship was safe. Jae-sung let out a breath he did not know he was holding. Captain, that was insane. That was survival, Taeyang corrected. We had to show them we were serious, but the pirates were not done. Krevnak was furious. For 300 years his clan had been successful. No one had ever defied them. No one had ever made them retreat. He would not accept this, not from some weak species that just joined the galaxy. Turn around, Krevnak ordered his ships. We attack. We kill them all. Make it painful. The pirate ships came back, but this time they were ready. They would not fall for human tricks again. On Soul's Pride, Jae-sung saw them returning. Captain, they are coming back. And they are angry. Taeyang thought fast. The reactor trick would not work twice. They needed something else. Minji, what do we have? Any weapons at all? Minji thought hard. We have the mining laser. We use it to cut apart small asteroids when we need materials for repairs. I could maybe turn it into a weapon. But it would take time. How much time? 20 minutes. Maybe 30. We do not have 30 minutes, Jae-sung said. The pirates would be in weapons range in 5 minutes. Then we slow them down, Taeyang said. He looked at his crew. We barricade the ship. We make them come inside. We make them fight us hand to hand. Captain, there are 3 crews of pirates, someone protested. Maybe 60 of them. There are 8 of us. Then we make sure the environment helps us, Taeyang said. He was thinking like the soldier he used to be. Jae-sung, you were military. What do we do? Jae-sung smiled. It was not a nice smile. We turn this ship into a maze. We vent atmosphere in sections. We overload lights in some areas, kill them in others. We make them scared. We make them think there are more of us than there really are. Do it, Taeyang ordered. The crew worked fast. They sealed doors. They programmed the environmental controls. They gathered every tool that could be used as a weapon. Wrenches, cutting torches. Metal pipes. Minji ran to engineering. She started working on the mining laser. If she could just get it working, they might have a chance. The pirate ships docked with Soul's Pride. The airlocks hissed open. 60 pirates poured into the cargo bay. They found it empty and dark. Spread out, Krevnak ordered. Find them. Kill them all. The pirates moved through the ship. They expected to find scared traders. Easy victims. Instead, they found a nightmare. In one corridor, 3 pirates walked carefully. Suddenly, the atmosphere vented. The wind sucked them toward an open airlock. They barely managed to seal their suits in time. In another section, 5 pirates entered a room. The door sealed behind them. Then the temperature dropped, fast, so cold their breath froze. Their suits protected them, but they panicked. They broke down the door and ran. Jae-sung watched from the security station. He controlled everything: lights, air, temperature. He was hunting the pirates like animals. 10 down, he reported to Tae-yang. 50 to go. But Jae-sung knew he could not get them all this way. Eventually, they would adapt. They would find the crew. Then numbers would matter. He needed to do something the pirates would never expect. Jae-sung grabbed a metal pipe. He sealed his emergency suit. Then he opened an airlock and went outside the ship. He crawled along the hull toward one of the pirate ships. No one expected someone to be outside. No one was watching. Jae-sung found their airlock. He overrode it. It was easy. Pirate ships had cheap security. He went inside. The pirate ship had 10 crew members left on board. They were monitoring the attack. They did not expect anyone to attack them. Jae-sung moved through the ship like a ghost. He had trained for this. Years of military drills. Years of combat practice. The first pirate never saw him coming. A pipe to the back of the head. Down. The second turned around. Jae-sung was faster. Another hit. Down, one by one. Jae-sung took them down. It was not pretty. It was not honorable. It was effective. The last pirate managed to hit the alarm. The others on Seoul's Pride heard it. They knew something was wrong. Krevnak screamed into his communicator. "Someone is on my ship. Get back here, now." The pirates ran back toward their ships. They abandoned the hunt. They needed to protect their home. But as they ran, Minji finished her work. The mining laser came online. She had mounted it on a swivel. She could aim it manually. "Captain," she said over the comm, "I have a weapon." "Then use it," Tae-yang ordered. Minji targeted the second pirate ship. The laser was meant to cut rock. It cut through the ship's hull like paper. The beam sliced through the engine section. The ship went dark. The pirates on that ship screamed. They were stranded. Krevnak reached his own ship. He found his crew unconscious. He found Jae-sung standing there covered in sweat holding a bloody pipe. "Hello?" Jae-sung said calmly. "You picked the wrong humans to rob." Krevnak pulled a weapon. Jae-sung moved. Years of training made his body react before his brain thought. He closed the distance. The pipe hit Krevnak's weapon hand. Bones cracked. The weapon clattered to the floor. Jae-sung did not stop. Another hit. Another. Krevnak fell. Jae-sung stood over the pirate leader. "You are going to send a message. You are going to tell every pirate in the galaxy, humans do not surrender. Humans fight, and if you attack us, we will hurt you." Krevnak, bleeding and broken, nodded weakly. 3 hours later, a council patrol ship arrived. They found Seoul's Pride damaged but intact. They found 2 pirate ships disabled. They found 60 pirates in custody, locked in their own cargo holds. They found Captain Tae-yang and his crew of 8, exhausted but alive. The patrol captain was a peaceful species. He had never seen combat. He looked at the scene in disbelief. "How?" he asked simply. Tae-yang shrugged. "We did what we had to do." News spread fast. The Krevith pirate clan had never been defeated, until they met humans. Now they were destroyed, captured by a crew of 8 on a cargo ship. The Zephyrian Dominion had been powerful for 1,000 years. They controlled 50 star systems. They had the biggest fleet in their sector. They followed the rules most of the time, but everyone knew they were aggressive. They believed in strength. They believed in conquest. When they heard the council was afraid of humans, they laughed. "The council grows weak," Zephyrian Emperor Thaxel declared to his war council. "They fear one small species. One species with no real military. We should expand while they are distracted." His generals agreed. They saw opportunity. 3 council systems on the border were poorly defended. Rich systems. Valuable systems. "Easy to take, do it," Thaxel ordered. "Take those systems. Show the council we are not afraid of humans or anyone else." The Zephyrian fleet moved. They invaded 3 systems in 1 day. The small council defense forces retreated without much fighting. The council was built for peace, not war. Emergency meetings were held. The council argued for days. Some wanted to negotiate. Some wanted to sanction the Zephyrians economically. A few wanted to fight back, but who will fight? One council member asked. "Our military is small. The Zephyrians are strong. We cannot win. Ambassador Nirak stood up. There is one species who can fight. One species who might help us. Everyone knew who he meant. You want to ask the humans? Someone said nervously. We do not even fully understand them yet. We understand enough, Nirak replied. We understand they protect what they value. Make them value council space. Make them value peace. The vote was close. But eventually the council agreed. They sent a message to Earth. The message was simple. Help us, please. On Earth, the government debated for hours. Some said it was not Earth's problem. Others said this was a chance to prove humans could be trusted, to show the galaxy that humans were not monsters. We help them, the Earth Defense Secretary said. We send our best. We show them what humans can do when we fight for something good. The order went out. Admiral Sungmin received it while he was docked at Earth's orbital station. He commanded the ESS Incheon, Earth's newest warship. He had been preparing for this moment his whole career. Prepare the ship, Sungmin ordered his crew. We are going to war. Marine Commander He-jin gathered her troops. 200 Marines, the best Earth had to offer. They trained constantly. They were ready. Listen up, He-jin told them in the briefing room. We are going to help the Galactic Council. We are going to fight an empire that thinks it can bully peaceful species. We are going to show them they are wrong. The Marines cheered. They were not scared. They were excited. This was what they trained for. The ESS Incheon traveled for 3 weeks. When they arrived at the border, they met with the Council fleet. The Council ships were big and slow, built for trade and exploration, not combat. Admiral Sungmin met with the Council fleet commander, a peaceful being who had never fired a weapon in anger. Thank you for coming, the Council commander said. We are grateful. How does your military fight? Sungmin asked. The Council commander explained. Long-range bombardment, calculated strikes, honorable combat, warning shots, giving enemies a chance to surrender. Sungmin listened politely. Then he shook his head. That will not work against the Zephyrians. They do not care about honor. They care about winning. Then how do humans fight? Sungmin smiled. It was not a warm smile. We fight to win. We use every advantage. We do not give warnings. We do not fight fair. We fight smart. The Council commander looked uncomfortable. That sounds aggressive. War is aggressive, Sungmin said simply. You asked for our help. Trust us to fight our way. The first battle happened near a mining colony. The Zephyrians sent 20 ships to hold the system. They thought it would be easy. They thought the Council would negotiate. Instead, they found the ESS Incheon. The Zephyrian commander tried the standard procedure. Unknown ship, identify yourself. Retreat or be destroyed. Sungmin did not answer. He simply attacked. The ESS Incheon moved unlike any ship the Zephyrians had seen. Fast, unpredictable. It used the asteroids as cover. It fired missiles that came from unexpected angles. Return fire, the Zephyrian commander screamed, but the human ship was already gone. It had moved. Their weapons hit empty space. On the bridge of the ESS Incheon, pilot Kyung-soo flew like a demon. He made turns that should have been impossible. The crew felt the forces, but they endured. Human bodies could handle it. Target their command ship, Sungmin ordered. Take out their leader first, the ESS Incheon fired. The missiles hit the Zephyrian command ship's bridge. The ship went dark. The fleet suddenly had no leader, no orders. They panicked. Now send the Marines, Sungmin said calmly. Boarding pods launched. Hai-jin and her 200 Marines hit 5 different Zephyrian ships at once. They cut through the hulls and poured inside. The Zephyrians were not ready. They had never fought like this before. War in the galaxy was supposed to be clean, distant, ship to ship. Humans fought up close. He-jin led her team through the ship corridors. They moved fast. They used tactics the Zephyrians had never seen. Flashbangs, smoke grenades. Breaching charges, remember your training, He-jin shouted. Fast and violent. Do not give them time to think. The Zephyrian soldiers tried to fight back, but they were used to formal combat. Lines of soldiers facing each other. Honor. Rules. Humans had no such rules. They came from above. From below. From vents. They used surprise. They used fear. One Zephyrian captain watched his security cameras in horror. He saw a small human woman, He-jin, take down 6 of his soldiers in less than 30 seconds. She moved like water, like lightning. She was terrifying. Surrender. The captain screamed into his communicator. "We surrender." In 3 hours, the battle was over. 5 Zephyrian ships captured, 15 destroyed or disabled, 0 human casualties. News of the battle reached Emperor Thaxel. He was furious. "One ship?" he screamed at his generals. "One human ship defeated 20 of ours?" "Emperor, they fight unlike anything we have seen," a general tried to explain. "They do not follow any recognized combat doctrine. They are unpredictable. They are ruthless, and then send more ships," Thaxel demanded. "Send 100 ships! Crush them!" The Zephyrians sent their main fleet. 120 ships, thousands of soldiers. They would overwhelm the humans with numbers, but Sung Min did not fight that battle head-on. He was not stupid. 1 ship against 100 would lose. Instead, he used strategy. "We hit their supply lines," Sung Min explained to his officers. "We destroy their fuel depots, their ammunition supplies, their food shipments. We make them weak. Then we hit them." The ESS Incheon moved through Zephyrian space like a ghost. It appeared, destroyed a supply station, disappeared. The Zephyrians could not catch it. Meanwhile, Heejin took her marines to the ground. The Zephyrians had captured 3 colony planets. Heejin went to take them back. On the first planet, 5,000 Zephyrian soldiers occupied the main city. They thought they were safe. They thought 200 marines could not touch them. Heejin proved them wrong. She did not attack during the day. She attacked at night. Humans could fight in the dark. The marines had night vision. They had thermal imaging. The Zephyrians did not. The marines split into small teams. They hit the Zephyrians everywhere at once. Command centers, communication hubs, power stations. Within 2 hours, the city went dark. The Zephyrians lost all coordination. "What is happening?" Zephyrian soldiers screamed into dead communicators. "Where are they? Where are the humans?" Heejin's voice came over the city's emergency broadcast system. She had hacked it. "This is Commander Hyejin of Earth Marines. You are surrounded. You have no power. No communications. No supplies coming. You can surrender now, or you can wait 3 days and starve. Choose." The Zephyrians debated. Some wanted to fight. Others were scared. They had trained for formal warfare. Not this, not guerrilla tactics, not psychological warfare. On the 3rd day, they surrendered, 1 colony down. 2 to go. The 2nd colony was harder. The Zephyrians were ready this time. They kept their power running. They posted guards everywhere. They expected night attacks, so Hyejin attacked during the day instead. She used the civilians, the colonists who lived there. She gave them communicators. She told them to report Zephyrian positions. The colonists hated the occupation. They were happy to help. With real-time intelligence from thousands of civilians, Heejin knew where every Zephyrian soldier was at all times. She picked them off one by one. Small ambushes, hit-and-run attacks, never a big battle. Just constant pressure, constant fear. The Zephyrians started to crack. They were tired. They were scared. They jumped at shadows. They shot at nothing. They were falling apart. After 10 days, they retreated. They abandoned the colony without being ordered to. They just ran 2 colonies down, 1 to go. The 3rd colony was the hardest. The Zephyrians had sent their best troops. Elite soldiers. They would not break easily. Hyejin needed something special. She talked to the colonists. "I need volunteers. People willing to fight." Hundreds raised their hands. They were civilians, but they were angry. They wanted their home back. Heejin trained them. Quick lessons. How to use weapons. How to hide. How to attack supply trucks. How to disappear. She turned them into guerrilla fighters. Then she let them loose. Suddenly, the Zephyrians were not just fighting 200 Marines. They were fighting thousands. Every civilian was a potential enemy. 1 year after the Zephyrian War, the Galactic Council called a special summit. Representatives from all 847 species gathered on Nexus Prime. This summit was different. This summit was about humanity. The massive council chamber was full. Every seat taken. Everyone wanted to hear what would be decided about the humans. Would they be accepted? Would they be restricted? Would they be feared forever? At the center of the chamber stood Ambassador Sujin. She was Earth's chief diplomat. She had worked tirelessly for the past year to build bridges between Earth and the galaxy. Today was the result of all that work. "Thank you for gathering here," Sujin began. Her voice was calm and clear. I know you have questions. I know you have concerns. I am here to answer them. Counselor Thexima spoke first. She was old and wise. She had studied humans longer than anyone. Ambassador Sujin, we have seen what your people can do. We have seen your military capabilities. We have seen your tactics. Many here wonder if we should be afraid. Sujin nodded. That is a fair question. Let me answer it honestly. Yes, humans are dangerous. We evolved on a world that tried to kill us every day. We learned to fight. We learned to survive. We are good at violence because we had to be. She paused and looked around the chamber. But being capable of violence and wanting violence are not the same thing. Humans prefer peace. We always have. Throughout our history, our greatest heroes were not warriors. They were teachers, scientists, artists, people who built things instead of destroying them. A council member from a peaceful species stood up. But you are so aggressive, so quick to fight. How can we trust that you will not turn that aggression on us? Before Sujin could answer, another human stepped forward. His name was Jin Ho. He was a philosopher, a teacher. He had come to help explain human nature. May I answer that? Jin Ho asked gently. Sujin nodded. Jin Ho addressed the council. You see our aggression and think it means we want to hurt others. But you misunderstand the source of that aggression. Let me explain with a story. The chamber went quiet. Everyone listened. When I was young, I had a friend. His name was Do-hyun. He was quiet, kind, peaceful. He never hurt anyone. One day we were walking home from school. Some older boys attacked us. They wanted to rob us. Do-hyun did not fight at first. He tried to talk to them, tried to give them what they wanted. Jin Ho's voice became soft. But then one of the boys pushed me down, threatened to hurt me, and Do-hyun changed. He fought like a wild animal. He protected me. He drove those boys away. After, he cried. He hated what he had done, but he did it anyway because I was his friend. Jin Ho looked around the chamber. That is what human aggression really is. It is not about wanting to hurt others. It is about protecting what we love. Our friends, our families, our values, our home. We are dangerous because we protect fiercely, not because we enjoy violence. The chamber was silent. Many had never thought about it that way. Sujin continued. The Zephyrians invaded council space. They hurt peaceful species. We stopped them. Not because we wanted glory, not because we wanted power. We stopped them because it was right. Because you needed help. Counselor Thexima stood up. I have studied human culture for a year now. I have read their books, watched their films, learned their history. The ambassador and Jin Ho speak the truth. Humans are capable of terrible violence, but they are also capable of incredible kindness. She pulled up a hologram. It showed images from Earth, humans helping each other, humans saving animals, humans building hospitals, humans teaching children. For every war in their history, Thexima said, there are 1,000 acts of compassion. For every weapon they built 10 tools for healing. Humans are complex. They are contradictions. They are dangerous and gentle, aggressive and caring, violent and peaceful. Another council member spoke up. But what if they decide to conquer? What if their aggression turns on us? Captain Daejung stood up. He had been sitting quietly in the back. The same captain who had fought Velthos's ship a year ago. The same one who started this whole situation. May I speak? Daejung asked. Sujin nodded. Daejung walked to the center. He looked uncomfortable in the formal setting. He was a simple mining captain, not a diplomat, but he had something to say. I am the one who attacked Velthos. I am the one who scared the galaxy. I want to say I am sorry for that. But I also want you to understand something. He looked around at all the alien faces. When I saw that ship, when I saw what I thought was a weapons lock, my first thought was not, how do I kill them? It was, how do I protect my crew? Everything I did, every decision I made was about keeping my people safe. And when the fight was over, when their ship was disabled, I did not destroy them. I tried to apologize. I tried to make things right. He paused. That is what humans are. We fight hard, but we fight for others, not for ourselves. Velthos himself stood up. The Veltani captain had become friends with Daejung over the past year. They had talked many times, learned from each other. Daejung speaks the truth, Velthos said. After he disabled my ship, he could have left us to die. Instead, he towed us to safety. He gave us supplies. He stayed until help arrived. That is not the action of a monster. That is the action of someone with honor, the council began to murmur. The mood was shifting. Fear was being replaced by understanding. Sujin spoke again. We know the galaxy is afraid of us. We know our nature is different from yours. But we want to be part of this community. We want to trade, to learn, to help. We are asking for a chance to prove ourselves, Thexima stood. I propose we vote on full council membership for humanity. Not restricted membership. Full membership, including seats on the Security Council. Gasps filled the chamber. Full membership was rare. Security Council seats were almost never given to new species. They have proven themselves, Thexima continued. They defeated the Zephyrians. They protected our colonies. They have shown restraint even when they could have taken advantage of us. I believe we should trust them. The debate lasted for hours. Some were still afraid. Some argued humans were too dangerous, too unpredictable, but others had seen what humans really were. Ambassador Nirax spoke passionately about his time on Earth. Youngsu talked about human culture. Even some former enemies, Zephyrian representatives who had fought against humans, spoke about the honor humans showed after the war. Finally, the vote was called. The result? Overwhelming approval. Humanity was granted full council membership. Earth was given 2 Security Council seats. Human military advisors would be placed throughout council space. Earth ships would be allowed free passage everywhere. When the results were announced, Sujin felt tears in her eyes. It had been a long journey. From that first terrible encounter with Velthos to this moment, humanity had proven itself. After the vote, the council held a celebration. Different species mixed and talked. Music from hundreds of worlds played. Food from thousands of planets was shared. Jinho found himself talking with a group of peaceful species. They asked him questions about Earth, about human philosophy, about why humans thought the way they did. We learned something important in our history, Jinho explained. We learned that strength without compassion is tyranny, but compassion without strength is helplessness. Humans try to balance both. We are strong so we can protect the weak. We are dangerous so we can defend the peaceful. One of the aliens nodded slowly. I think I understand now. You are like, what is the word? Sheepdogs? Jinho smiled. Yes, exactly, we are sheepdogs. We protect the flock from wolves. Across the room, Admiral Sungmin talked with council military leaders. They wanted to learn human tactics, human strategy. He agreed to help train their forces. But remember, Sungmin warned them, these tactics work for humans because of how we evolved. Your species are different. You need to adapt the tactics to your strengths. Commander Hyojin found herself surrounded by young aliens who wanted to join the military. They saw her as a hero. She tried to discourage them. War is not glorious, she told them. War is terrible. I hope you never have to fight. But if you do, fight smart. Fight to protect. Never fight for pride or revenge. Captain Taeyang and his crew from Soul's Pride were there too. They were famous now. The civilian crew who defeated legendary pirates. They were uncomfortable with the attention. We just did what we had to do, Taeyang said when people called him a hero. Any human would have done the same. Minji, the engineer, was talking excitedly with alien scientists. They wanted to know how she turned a mining laser into a weapon. She was happy to share her knowledge. But she also made it clear, I hope I never have to do that again. I would rather build things than destroy things. As the celebration continued, Sujin found a quiet corner. She watched the room. Humans and aliens talking, laughing, learning from each other. This was what she had hoped for. Understanding instead of fear. Cooperation instead of conflict. Velthos found her there. You look thoughtful, Ambassador. Sujin smiled. I was just thinking about how far we have come. A year ago you were afraid of us. I was terrified, Velthos admitted. But now I am glad you are here. The galaxy needs protectors. We have been peaceful for so long. We forgot how to defend ourselves. You reminded us that sometimes peace requires strength. And you reminded us that strength should serve peace.